In recent years, there have been quite a few bans in Standard, but at one point in the game's history, they were few and far between. I'm your host Mike, and we'll be going over 5 cards and combos that were too good for Standard and got banned as a result. Copycat Combo. We'll get started with a relatively recent combo that was banned in April of 2017. The Copycat or Saheeli Cat combo involved only 2 cards, Saheeli Rai and Felidar Guardian. The combo was pretty simple. You just need both cards and you can actually play them in either order. Once you have both permanents out, Saheeli Rai's -2 ability creates a copy of Felidar Guardian with haste. When it enters the battlefield, you flicker Saheeli Rai and create an infinite number of cats that you attack and hopefully win the game with. Felidar Guardian ended up getting the emergency ban hammer, making it only the second instance of an emergency standard banning, but just barely. During the routine ban announcement that April, nothing from this combo was banned, but it was said that R&D was keeping an eye on it. Then, after just 2 days of play on Magic Online, Saheeli Cat decks made up nearly half of the top decks. Based on this data, Magic R&D decided that it needed to be stopped before it really started and took ownership for the mistake. Jace the Mind Sculptor. A card always subject to debate, Jace the Mind Sculptor has graced the ban list of both Standard and Modern, though it was released from the latter nearly a year ago in the February 2018 Banned and Restricted announcement. There is no doubting that the Mind Sculptor is a strong card. It lets you Fate Seal anyone, Brainstorm for free, bounce a creature, and also includes a crazy ultimate ability that puts an opponent on a quick mill clock. If you didn't play Magic during this time frame, you might be wondering how big of a splash the card really made. To put it into perspective, almost 90% of the decks at Day 2 of Grand Prix Singapore had multiple copies of Jace in it, and he was included as a playset in all top 8 decks at Grand Prix Dallas Fort Worth. Another heavily debated card, Stoneforge Mystic, was included almost as often and was also banned alongside with Jace in June of 2011. Ravager Affinity. The particularly interesting part about the Affinity banning is that it was banned in the Kamigawa block after being allowed to reign Standard during the Darksteel block in which all of the banned cards were released. The 8 banned cards were Arcbound Ravager, Disciple of the Vault, and the Artifact Land Cycle. Ravager Affinity decks were capable of rather degenerate gameplay through the use of the Affinity for Artifacts mechanic, which would quickly allow a player to play expensive spells for cheap or even free. Magic R&D says it had a real effect on player attendance rate to Standard events. This was discovered through deep research which even included calling store owners and asking what the issues were with attendance. After a long reign, the trigger was finally pulled and Affinity was taken off of the table in March of 2005. Tolarian Academy and Combo Winter. So I'm going to break the reverse chronological order a bit, because this banning will give you a frame of reference for the final one. Combo Winter was a time period where Standard was dominated by combo decks, which were enabled by the insane amount of powerful cards in the Urza Saga expansion. Tolarian Academy was an extremely powerful card in this set due to the amount of artifacts available, including other mana ramping artifacts like Lotus Petal and Mox Diamond. A player could play Tolarian Academy and dump most of their hand, then use the mana available to play Windfall, getting them a new set of 7 cards, and forcing their opponent to discard the opening hand they kept, all on turn 1. Because of this type of one-sided gameplay, Tolarian Academy and its partner Windfall were banned in December of 1998. Memory Jar. The emergency banning of Memory Jar would be the first time a card was emergency banned, and also the only one for 18 years until Felidar Guardian, the first on this list. This banning came on the heels of the Tolarian Academy and Windfall bans that were made in an attempt to break up the combo Winter. In a similar way to how Magic R&D broke up Affinity, a set of 6 cards were banned in the regular March 1999 Banned and Restricted announcement in an attempt to break up combo decks. Dream Halls, Earthcraft, Fluctuator, Lotus Petal, Recurring Nightmare, and Time Spiral were on this list. Although it was new, Memory Jar quickly showed up as a replacement for these banned cards which, in a similar fashion to Windfall, allowed a player to dump their hand and get access to 7 more cards. Not wanting to lose the progress they made breaking up combos, Magic R&D emergency banned the card later that March. Those were 5 cards and combos banned during their times in Standard for being just too good. I think they tend to get forgotten since Standard rotates and isn't affected by bans in the long term. Did you play with any of these cards in Standard while they were legal? If you liked this video, please leave us a like down below, we'd really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you know when our new videos come out. Until next time, thanks for watching.